Assalamu alaikum everyone. Hi, good evening, good morning, and good afternoon from whichever the part of the world you are joining in. I'm Dr. Anum. So last week we had a discussion over relationship mastery with Irfan Nurani. And today we have an amazing topic for the professional mother specifically. And the topic is related to how to build the mental resilience. And when we talk about how to build the mental resilience, it revolves around a lot of areas of our lives. Like when we talk about the professional career, parenting, relationships, dealing with people. So there are a lot of areas where women struggle with building the mental resilience. Before moving on, I would like to share something about the special guest we have today. So today we'll be having a discussion with Colonel Aditya. Colonel Aditya is the Tankman and the veteran from the Indian Army. He has served in Indian Army for at least 33 years. And right now he has shifted his career to transformation and mindset coaching. And apart from that, the coaching thing, he has also written an amazing book on how to conquer your internal fears and challenges and convert them into your biggest strength. So today we'll discuss a lot of things about how to overcome your inner demons, how to convert them into your biggest strength. And the book he has written on this topic, around this topic, is basically how to conquer your inner demons, and the title is From Fearful to Fearless. So let's invite Colonel Aditya. Hi, Colonel.
Hello, Dr. Anum. How are you? Good evening.
Hi, I'm good, Alhamdulillah. How are you?
I'm doing great. And it is indeed a great honor for me here speaking with you and talking about a very, very important topic which is very dear to everybody, I think.
Thank you. Thank you for giving us your time and for honoring us with your presence. Before moving on, Colonel, I would like to ask you, would you like to share something about your story, like a man from an Indian army serving in a very different kind of a discipline has shifted his career into a very different industry of transformation and coaching and being an author. So how did this shift happened? What was the story behind it?
So Dr. Anum, after I completed my full service in the Indian Army, so we have a system wherein you have to hang up your uniform after you reach a particular point in your career, and that happened with me in September 2020 when I completed my full service and hung up my uniform as per the existing regulations. And that time, we realized was that all of us were under the effect of COVID, which had hit the world, and people were in a very, very, I would say, difficult situation, and it created a lot of stress and strain in everybody's life, and also taught us some new lessons which one would have not even ever imagined. So that was one thing. So in terms of going in and looking for another job was a difficult proposition for me at that time. However, because in the army we had been into coaching, training, mentoring right from the day we put up our uniform till the end. But that was something which I found myself to be very, very comfortable with. And also towards the later part of my service, for almost 4 years, I was working with young boys and girls from schools and colleges as part of National Cadet Corps. And there I got a chance to help them refine their leadership skills, and also help them become a better citizen. So I enjoyed doing that, and I thought this is something which I can further take on as a second innings, or to continue working with the youngsters and also give my part of contribution to the society. And that is how I got into the field of coaching. I did a few courses and programs, and finally we came into the community that you and I are part of. And since then, there's been no stopping, and we have been able to establish as I would say, as a wonderful medium for people to transform their lives and also help them become invincible or incredible. So that was my journey for as becoming a coach. And while we were doing this, our mentor told us that your books can be your visiting card. It will tell your future prospective audience or clients or whoever you come into contact with about you, about your story, and it will also build a credibility. So that is how I was interested in writing this book. And one more thing which I realized was that even though being in the army, you was very strong, and courageous, and ready to take your men into the battlefield facing the enemy bullets. But when it came to your personal relationships, your family lives, and also entering into the civilian world where it does not work the way it works in the army. So one was a little bit apprehensive and fearful, I would say. And that experience of mine helped me get this idea of coming out with this book. And I thought this will help people like me who would be in different fields and overcome their fears and challenges, and become courageous and fearless.
Wow, that's absolutely amazing. That kind of when we are working in certain environments, like in a certain profession, it becomes a comfort zone. So it becomes so difficult to move on to a different career and establish yourself there and impact millions of lives, and seeing people grow right in front of you by your own skills and the things you are doing for people. This is really amazing. So moving on, I would like to ask you some questions related to the topic that we have today. It is about how to build the mental resilience, and specifically for the professional mothers who are in the field, are struggling with this issue, that they came across with a lot of challenges while working in a certain environment. They have to look after the families, they have to look after their kids, they have to take care of their own selves and the job that they are associated with. So what do you think when we talk about the challenges the professional mother face? What do you think? What are the basic challenges that the women face in their careers while being in the career, and how they can overcome those challenges?
So, Dr. Anum, what I saw or observed in my family, because my wife is also a working woman, and she's been a academician for over 20 years. She was, and many other ladies in my family, and also while I was in the army, most of the ladies were working, and we saw that. They had to really, juggle between their work life, whichever profession they were, and also look after the home front, and not only the running of the home, but looking after the children, bringing up them, and taking care of the entire family, and where they were staying with their parents or their in-laws, then that was additional responsibilities. And there were a lot of expectations from them from every quarter, and it was a very, very difficult task for them to balance everything and keep everybody happy. And I think this was the biggest challenge which even now the working women are facing. And in our community as well, we have come across many such ladies who have been through the same process. And the biggest challenge which I realized was that maintaining that balance between their responsibilities at the workplace and the responsibilities at home, and also looking after their own personal health and other issues that they have to go through. And it takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of, I would say, inner strength. And as you rightly pointed out, mental resilience is something which is what is has been taking them through this process. And in addition to this, what you call balancing your work and life, that is one aspect. Second thing is other issues related to the work, like I've seen my initial years. My wife used to get up early in the morning, prepare breakfast for the children, then pack their lunch, go to the school, come back, then prepare lunch, and then evening again they have to prepare the evening meals. So it used to take a tremendous toll on them, and I think in our countries, like especially in Christian countries, the traditional families expect a lot from you. And they have to not only do that, but they also have to. They are stereotyped in a manner like they expected to. This is all. This is your choice. Like you have decided to pick up a job. It is not for yourself. It is to contribute to the overall income of the family also. But they often we often hear people telling them, so what if you can't do it, then leave a job. So it is a common thing, and I'm sure you must also have seen similar things happening in your field. And other things which are related to same is the exhaustion, the challenges in terms of, like, if you are heading a corporate company, or if you are in a position of more importance, then somewhere you're forced to make a choice between what do you give priority to. And that was a very, very difficult task, because they did not get any kind of support, especially from the home front, whether it is their parents, whether it is their in-laws, and at times even their husband. So it is something which they have been facing, and because of this, they had to, let go of some good career opportunities which would have helped them rise in their career because of the responsibilities that they had in their home. So these are some of the challenges which I saw and observed in ladies who were working, or working mothers. And especially in the army, we saw that most of the time we were not available. We were not there because we were out on our duty in different places. So our wives had to play not only the role of mother and working woman, but also at times the role of a father also. So there, that pressure was much more. Similarly, if you have a certain profession, like where you are doctors, or so again you have a different kind of pressure on yourself. So it is quite a challenging task for women and working mothers that I found, which they are were facing, and they are facing now also. However, one thing which maybe have come as a blessing in disguise because of the COVID was that everybody was forced to work from home. So if you're working from home, the pressure is relieved to a little extent, but your working hours have got extended.
Absolutely.
There's no time limit. So that is another pressure that you have to face, I think, all the working mothers in this in our family, and you must have also felt and observed in your work life.
Yeah, absolutely. You are totally right about it, because being a professional woman and being in a relationship and being living in a joint family, there come some times in your life when you are overshadowed by a lot of things. You came across with a lot of challenges, and it becomes very difficult for you to balance your family life, your professional life, and your own health as well. So this is really important that once you recognize that what is the actual, what is your topmost priority in that moment, it becomes easier for you to look after that thing first. So moving on, I would like to ask you, what do you think, according to your experience, what are the basic mindset shifts, since you are the mindset shift expert? So according to you, what are the basic mindset shifts that can help the professional mothers in the face of adversity, like to cultivate the resilience in their mindset?
So one of the main things that working mothers need to can do, not need to, they what they can look at is not trying to be perfect in whatever they are doing, whether it is at your workplace or whether it is at home, because compared to men are more sincere in whatever they are doing, and try to do their best in everything that they are doing, and at times they also have that pressure of setting a standard or at the workplace as well as at home for their children to follow, because their children are observing them, and most of you must have realized that our children mirror what we are doing. They mirror our behavior as they grow up. So instead of trying to be perfect, if you try to, excel in whatever you're doing, and do not get overawed or overwhelmed by not doing everything perfectly. That is one thing that can help you in your changing a mindset. Second thing is, at time, another thing which most of the working women go through is a feeling of guilt. When you're working, you're feeling guilty that my children are being neglected, my parents are being neglected, my husband is being neglected, I am not able to give full time to them. And when you're at home and you have the work pressure, then you have that guilt feeling that why I'm not be able to put in my best at my workplace. So we have to get out of that feeling of guilt. You say to yourself that I am putting in my best as per my capabilities and abilities, and keeping all the factors in my mind. And you can start expressing gratitude to yourself, because most of the time you must have realized that we express gratitude to other people for everything that they do for us, but we never do the same to ourselves. So we in this process also we come under that pressure of which is not actually there, but it has been created by ourselves because of thoughts that are going in our mind. And the third thing which can be done is, like, most of us have this habit of comparing ourselves with others, where in terms of, like, say, like, if you're a working mother and your friend is not a working mother, so you compare, she's giving so much of time to her children, her children are doing it, she's always with them, but I am not able to do it, my children have to do it alone. At times when my son comes back from school, he has to heat up his own food and eat it alone because I am not there. So that also start putting a subconscious fear in your mind. So if we stop comparing ourselves with others, and we give compassion to ourselves. You as a working mother, that you are putting in your best. You are making so many sacrifices at work as well as at your home front. For what purpose? For the entire family, so that you want to give your children a very good life. So if we stop putting this pressure on ourselves by not trying to be perfect, by not feeling guilty about what we are not able to do, by not comparing ourselves to others. If we can do just these three things, I think the entire thought process will change, and you'll be in a better space mentally, and you will be able to do everything the way you want to, without trying to be perfect, and also feeling happy about it. I think these are things which come to my mind when it comes to mindset shift. But there are many other things also, which like if we, and one more thing, what we can do is whenever you feel the pressure is getting too much to you, seek help from others. It could be from your family members or somebody who you are very confident that that person will not judge you. So you can open up with that person. It could be a friend, it could be a coach, it could be a mentor. One person should be there in your life who you can open up and speak whatever is happening in your mind without the fear of being judged. If you are able to do that, I think that will also help the working mothers.
Amazing, amazing. So, I would like to ask you one more thing. When we talk about the perfectionism, so since women are in this state mentally, in this state of mental, I would say perfection, they want everything to be done at a certain standard level. So, how you can avoid specifically the perfectionism, and what is exactly the importance of setting the realistic expectations with certain goals? Like if you have certain goals for your family, if you have certain goals for your profession, so what would be your recommendation for the professional woman regarding this?
So instead of trying to be perfect, as I mentioned earlier, also instead of trying to be perfect, if we try to appreciate the progress that we are making in whatever we are doing, and also try to excel in that. For example, if you are a you are in a profession wherein you are teaching at school, and you may be having certain responsibilities in terms as a teacher to take your children through a particular curriculum. So instead of trying to be that role model, everything that people should look at me, that this is how I want to be. So instead of doing that, if you are able to do things in a little bit of simple manner, if you are able to, as we say, keep things simple for yourself. If we can, and instead, because at times like small thing like everything should be at a particular place, and even if it moves a little bit, a few millimeters from its place, you start feeling agitated. Why is that not in place? Or if a person makes a mistake, accept it as a mistake, and maybe give that person the benefit of doubt, and without pointing fingers at that person, you just tell them, okay, there you did you tried your best, but maybe if you try it in a different manner, you will be able to get a better result. So this way, if we try to approach our work, whether at workplace or even at home. And one more thing that reminds me is that at times, like if a simple thing like taking out the clothes from the washing machine and putting them on the dryer, you must have observed that some people just put them like this. Some people put them in a very, very systematic manner. And if you delegate tasks to somebody else, and if that person is not doing it the same way that you're doing, what you go do is, after that person has done it, you go and redo that thing yourself. So
Yeah.
this can be easily avoided, and that is a simple example of avoiding perfectionism in our daily life. And if we do that, and so accepting and acknowledging the mistakes of other people as a normal, natural process, and if we have to point it out in a very, very subtle manner, so that they also don't feel agitated or feel that they have been spoken to in a abusive manner, or without hurting their feelings. So that will maybe help us overcome this feeling of being perfect in everything. And come what may, no matter how much we try, it is very, very difficult maybe to be 100% perfect in anything that we do. So maybe if we follow that process, it will become easier for yourself as well as for others who are there part of your life.
Yeah, you are very right about it. There is a presupposition in NLP. You must can relate to that people are not their behaviors. It is your way of thinking that you are looking at people that makes a judgment, and you started making some interpretation about the people, that this person is like this or this thing is happening in this manner. So people are not behavior. It is our own interpretation about things, about our own selves, about the relationship, the professional life, the parenting, that creates some challenges in our lives. So I would like to ask you one more interesting question here, that what are the some strategies that the professional woman can foster in their children, in their generation, and how they can teach their generation the importance of looking after their mental well-being and the importance of building resilience within themselves.
So one of the easiest thing that professional women can are already doing for their children is they are setting an example for them that they are handling the responsibilities at home, they are handling the responsibility at work, and they are also looking after their children. So they are setting example in front of their children that nothing is impossible. So if you want to do one, and so by that they are, because our children take their parents as their role models, and they subconsciously observe everything that we are doing in front of them. The way we are working, the way we are presenting ourselves, the way we are talking to each other as a husband, wife, or to our parents, or even to them. So they also later on form their belief system and their approach to life based on what they are seeing at home from us. So that is one thing that we can, the working mothers can set example for their children as to the amount of inner strength that you have inside you, which we do not realize, and which can be really be a big plus point for them to follow. That is one thing. And the second thing what they can do is they can also make the children participate in their daily chores at home, so that once you start giving them responsibilities and you allow them to use their own mind rather than telling everything to be done in a particular manner. So what will happen is it will open up their mind to problem solving. It will encourage them to think, and it will also give them a feeling of pride that yes, my mother is working. When she's not here at home, she has that confidence in me that I can handle certain things, do certain things in her absence without being observed, or without being told what to do or what not to do. So this will also build up their self-confidence, and this will also help them in learning the problem solving skills. Like for example, if you want to get something from the market, you tell your child, you give him or her the money and tell him, okay, go to that shop and bring these things, give the list. And so because he or she has gone with you earlier, seen what is to be done, when he goes and brings that stuff from the market and gives to you, it gives him a feeling of pride. It gives him or her a feeling of sense of contribution, that I am helping my mother in running the household. So that is another thing that we can, the working mothers can do when it comes to build that feeling of resilience in them, mental resilience with them, they will become more independent. And when they grow up, when they go out in the world, they will not be totally dependent upon them. They will be able to take their own independent decision with a proper thought process, because that is how you have brought them up. And so they will not come back to you for every little thing. Ki, Mama, I am stuck now. What do I do? Instead of that, they'll do it and they inform you, this is what I've done. And you will also feel very happy. You will also feel very proud about them, that they are independent. They can look after themselves. And you will not be worried when they go out. Whether when say, for example, after finishing their school, they do go to college. They have to be totally independent, especially for girls. Because all of us feel more apprehensive when our daughters are going out on their own independently. They are staying. But when we start this process right from the beginning, especially the working mother, it'll bring a sense of achievement and confidence in both the mother as well as the children.
Yeah, you are very right about it. It gives me some flashbacks of my memories when I was so afraid to go out and to buy things all alone, because I was brought up in a family. I was very sensitive kind of a child who doesn't even like to go out alone. There has to be someone at any cost with me all the time whenever I'm going out. So yeah, it requires a lot of work on your mindset, and it requires a lot of work deep down on your conscious and unconscious mind to build that resilience and to build that mindset. And if you, those who are watching us right now, if you want to build that resilient mindset, and if you want to transform yourself, if you're struggling with some issues with your professional life, with your relationship, with your parenting, you can reach out to us, to Colonel Aditya and me. You can comment below like transformation or mindset. We'll reach out to you, and we have some amazing gifts for you, specifically for those who are willing to work on their mindset, who want to change their life. And we'll share that with you in your inbox, inshallah. Thank you so much, Colonel, for giving us your time and sharing these insights with us. I hope our audience have enjoyed the session, and I hope they have got some amazing tips and I would say, some strategies regarding how to overcome the challenges while being a professional mother. So we will share some amazing sessions afterwards, inshallah, with Colonel Aditya as well. So stay tuned. Goodbye. Allah Hafiz.
Thank you, Dr. Anum, and thank you everybody who's attending this session, because it gives us a lot of confidence and feel very happy about ourselves that we are able to give some value to our audience. And I can see some amazing comments in the from the audience. So I really appreciate each one of you for taking out your time and being there to encourage us and listen to, give us a chance to share whatever little knowledge we have, and I would definitely like to interact with you if you want to have some more insights into this topic. Thank you, Dr. Anum, for giving me a chance to come and interact with you and talk to our audience on this mental resilience. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank